haven't touched this today since the mirror this morning. Pickering, we are the founders of this Summerhall Distillery, and all I can read is Pickering.
These wise guys are Marcus and Matt, the founders of Summerhall Distillery and Pickering's gin. They know a lot about gin. Sadly, they're useless in front of a camera. After several hundred attempts to deliver a simple script, well, we gave up. So why don't I just talk you through a standard day here at Summerhall and how we produce the award-winning Pickering's gin.
And I can't say anything.
Pickering's engineers arrive with the dawn at the Summerhall Distillery in Edinburgh. These guys are the expert team charged with producing our fine gin. Chris is the distillery manager. His colleagues are Justin and Michael. Almost everything here is done by hand. Founders Marcus and Matt even built the place themselves, transforming the kennels of Edinburgh's old veterinary school into what is now the award-winning Summerhall Distillery. Pickering's is a London dry gin based on an old Indian recipe scribbled on a scrap of paper in Bombay in 1947. It gathered dust in a London drawer for over 60 years before finding its way to Marcus after the death of his father in 2012. The original recipe comprised of 9 botanicals: juniper, cardamom, coriander, fennel, anise, lemon, lime, cloves and cinnamon. After a little tinkering with the ingredients, substituting cinnamon for angelica, they settled on a more modern taste. It's head distiller Matt's job to mix the ingredients, but exactly how and in what quantities, well, that's a secret. Oh, sorry, Matt. The distilling process begins inside one of 2 copper stills, lovingly nicknamed Gertrude and Emily. The botanicals, green spirit and water are soaked and softened for 24 hours to maximise the flavour. The stills are heated using large water jackets and an ingenious system designed by Matt, allowing us to control the temperature to within 1 degree of accuracy. The vapour then travels along the copper pipes into the condenser, where it runs through a copper coil that cools it and turns it back into a liquid. The liquid comes out of the still at about 85% ABV, or alcohol by volume. We collect it in 3 parts: head, hearts and tails. Only the heart of the distillation is used straight away. The rest is redistilled in the next batch. Nothing is wasted. The alcohol content is collected in a copper vessel. If it looks like a domestic hot water tank, well, that's because it is. The gin is then pumped using compressed air to the dilution tanks. We then need to bring the alcohol down to bottling strength. All the measurements are done the old-fashioned way. We use a hydrometer and a thermometer to measure the ABV. We then deploy an ultra-high-tech alcohol agitation device, or paddle if we're being entirely honest. This book helps us work out the alcohol volumes and is easily the most boring book ever produced about anything ever. It is also, unfortunately, essential reading. Next, the gin is bottled, corked and labelled. Every bottle of Pickering's goes through this room. To date, that's over 500,000. We complete up to 2,500 a day here. Finally, the bottles are dipped in wax, an extra little touch of class to finish, before being boxed and shipped off around the globe. All that remains then is for gin lovers the world over to enjoy the unique taste of Pickering's award-winning gin. Of course, it's a real team effort, and that's what we are here at Pickering's. Did we mention we'd won an award or 2? Can't remember, to be honest. So why not visit us one day and take a tour of our distillery? We'd love to see you. Bye!